Well, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. I thought this evening we would take a little bit of a look at another app. You guys have seen some of these apps that I've put up that are navigation apps, and that's what I use them for. Michelle and I typically, we go to a new place just about every weekend. And it's new because we've never been there before. So we'll design a route and go ahead and take it. And I've been real pleased with my ride with GPS. I'm investigating the Komoot app a little bit more. And that's where that nice Corvette come from that I seen rolling down the road the other day. And we'll use the Map My Rides, but you know, it kind of occurred to me that not everybody is interested in using the navigation features, but a lot of people might want to track what it is that they're riding, so they know how much they've rode in a month, in a week. Can go back and say, you know, I remember this ride. Where was it? Where did we go? And they'd like to go back and find out. I believe we'll hit the gravel a little bit today. I think we'll hit the gravel for a little bit. And all they want to do is track what they've done, and they don't need to navigate because they know where they're going to be riding. When I'm riding out here, I don't need no navigation going on. I already know where I'm going to be going, but it is nice to have my statistics. And of the apps that we've talked about so far, the Ride with GPS, the Komoot, Map My Rides, I think you can use all of them, and I believe you can use the free version of all of them to keep track of everything that everything that you need. But I happen to find another app that actually, now they say it does navigation. I'm not even exploring it for the navigation. It's got voice navigation if you sign up for the Pro, but I'm not even going to explore that. What I am looking at is just using it as a tracking app. And it has a lot of information that it tracks. If you look at the metrics on here, I think it's 110 or 101 different things that you can track. And on my screen right now, this is the free version of this app. And by the way, it's called the Cadence app. And what I've got is I've got a little map up the top. Don't really even need that if we're using it for tracking, but I put it on there. We've got our elapsed time, and we've got another one that's time in there. I haven't figured out exactly what that is. That might be if I pause it, that time quits, is a possibility. We've got our distance, is the larger one here. Then we've got our average speed and our maximum speed. We've got our time of day and the amount of battery that's left on the phone. But these things can be, I have never seen an app that will track as many different things. If I'm not mistaken, now my Ride with GPS, it tracks a lot. It gives you a lot of statistics. I'm not so sure it gives you the time of day that you left, time of day that you finished, and all of those type of things as well. It gives you your inclines and your declines and percentage of incline, percentage of decline. You know, of course, your distance and your time pause and all of that. It actually does a real good job of tracking, a little better than the Komoot and the Map My Rides do. They're typically going to be, I believe it's the time that you spent and the moving time, and then your average speed and average moving speed, and then your incline and decline, how many feet that you've done on that. And I thought that little black thing right there might have been another snake. But it's kind of cold out for them to be out. And the Map My Rides is very similar. It has a few extra matrix in there that you can draw off of, but there's not as many as the Ride with GPS. But this thing has more than anything that I've seen. Well, why don't you investigate using this as your main? Make this your new gold standard, Blaine. Make it your new gold standard. Well, I just found this app last night, but from what I'm finding, there is no website that you can go and load your routes up and that type of thing. And so it appears like you would have to do it on your mobile device. And I'm really not interested in doing that all that much, even though I will tell you, I have figured out how to create a route, and okay, one mile, 6 minutes, and it gives me my average speed, and it in my ear, I got my Bluetooth on, it just told me quite a bit of information, and that's all customizable. And all of these things here are customizable as well. But I forget where I was going with all of this. Oh, I could not find, you know, I think I'm not going to go through the field today. I believe I'm just going to head back down this way here. I might cut across the field over here a little halfway down, but rather than hopping across that ditch down there tonight, we'll go down this way. But it appears like you'd have to create your route on the mobile phone, or you would have to create it on another site and then make a GPX file and upload the GPX file to the to this app. And I have learned how to do that. This old cowboy's learned a lot. But I'm just not interested in doing that. I'm putting this app out here as something that somebody else might really be interested in if they're looking to really just track what they're riding. And so that's what we got here. We're gonna take a little stop here. Well, we can just do this while we're rolling. But if you look here, there's about 8 screens now. What's gonna end up happening here is these screens are going to get covered up because they are for the subscribers. But you've got this screen here is an entire map. These are all customizable, and you can see right there it's saying, you know, that's for subscribers. And your next map here is your turn-by-turn navigation, and then you've got another map here, and this is giving you different averages of how many calories are burned if you've got a monitor on you. I believe it's 7 or 8 screens here that you can scroll through. So it does give you an incredible amount of information. And if you know where you happen to be going, well, you really don't need, I think we'll head back this way here a little bit. If you know where you're going, I say that just as I say, I think I'll maybe head back this way, see where this will take me. May sound like I have no idea where I'm going here, but you know, if you know where you're riding at, this would be a really fantastic app to keep track of your different statistics on. So I could certainly recommend it for that. Downside of it, there is no website. I'd rather look at these things on the computer, on the website. I use our library so that, you know, if there's a weekend that's kind of maybe some iffy chance on the weather, well, we'll maybe plan a ride we'll plan to repeat a ride. And so we can go back and look and say, well, what rides have we taken and where are they at? How long are they? and, you know, see if we can sneak one in that way. And so I like to do it that way. Somebody else might not be so interested in doing it like that, so that's what we're putting this little video out for. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and, well, you know what? I am going to mention a couple of other things because we're talking about these apps anyway. The Komoot app. I went back and I checked, and my basic subscription for my ride with GPS is $60 per year. That's pretty pricey for an app. Pretty pricey indeed. The Komoot is a one-time payment of $30, and they sent me a coupon when I first signed up for it. They give me $10 off of that. $20 for a one-time payment, and that's forever. Is forever going to last forever? Well, they've been around for a decent little amount of time, so I guess forever's going to last a pretty long time anyway. And I didn't take advantage of that at the time, and so I wrote to them and emailed them, and they said, well, they can't do that, but they will be coming out with some other offers for their current users, and so maybe I can jump in on one of those. And if I find that, if I can get that for 20 bucks, I want to go ahead and get it, because one of the other things that I did do is, well, I found a little issue with the Komoot apps. You know, when I evaluated that, I knew exactly where I was going, so I didn't need to get any kind of street view or anything. And I didn't really notice there is no street view on their maps on their website. And that's pretty important to Michelle and I when we're going someplace new. We'd like to see what kind of road we're looking at. And so I went through and I learned how to basically build a route in another map, download it as a GPX file, and then upload it into the Komoot app. And we did some tests on that, and it worked out pretty well. So, you know, if I get it for 20 bucks, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of it and get it. In the meantime, every route that I make from this point forward, and every ride that I end up taking on my ride with GPS, it's going to be uploaded to my computer or to an external drive, but I'm going to have a library of all my rides. Who knows? You know, Ride with GPS, they might fold their app anytime. I don't think they're going to, but you never know. And boy, I would have all that information would be lost. All those routes would be lost. This way here, I will have all my routes on 2 different places, actually 3 places if I end up using some of the Komoot. And so we'll kind of share how you do that kind of thing right there too. I was kind of excited about that, an old cowboy learning how to use a computer, and there ain't even a set of reins on that thing, so who knows. Ain't no telling what a person can learn if I could learn that. So I think that's about all that's going on for right now. So yeah, I believe we'll wrap it up with that right there. So until the next time, Internet, I can tell you, stay safe, God bless, and keep the wheels turning. Once again, we're out.